Welcome to Verse Explorer, where we open the Word and explore its truth for our daily walk. Today we look at a constant truth, the presence of God. Where He is, there is life, direction, comfort, and hope. God's presence is not distant, it is personal. The psalmist continues in Psalm 139:8. If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. In good times and in dark places, He is near. That promise steadies the heart. The idea of God's presence brings comfort and order. The psalmist says in Psalm 63:8, Thou art my God, thy right hand holdeth me. Presence is not a far glow, it is a guiding hand that holds us. What does it mean to live under God's presence daily? First, worship can happen anywhere. The altar and the sanctuary aren't the only places where He dwells. Jesus spoke of the Father seeking true worshippers who will worship Him in spirit and in truth. Jesus says, But hour cometh, and now is, when a true worshipper shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship Him. Presence becomes a daily relationship, not a ritual tied to a place. The Psalms show God's closeness, especially in trouble. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Notice the phrase present help. He's not a past rescuer, He is present now, ready when you need Him. In fear and storms, the presence brings peace. Be still and know that I am God. The stillness is not passive, it is recognizing the Almighty who controls winds and seas. Sometimes God's presence is felt as guidance. The Israelites carried His presence as pillar of cloud and fire, and today He guides us through our conscience. Scriptures and the Spirit's inner witness. The prophet Isaiah speaks of Emmanuel, God with us, a name that signals presence in a very intimate way. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God with us. Jesus, born to dwell with us, becomes the living proof of God's presence among humanity. God's presence also sustains us in weakness. The Apostle Paul speaks of sufficiency found not in ourselves but in Christ who stays with us. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Not because we are strong, but because God's sustaining presence rests on us as we trust Him. Another strong assurance comes from the Lord's own words at the end of the Great Commission. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Presence here means ongoing fellowship today, tomorrow, always. In times of decision, whether to take a step of faith, to forgive, to persevere, remember that God's promise is not a feeling, but a fact. He is with you. He is the God of all comfort, who comforted us in all our tribulation. His presence brings consolation, clarity, and courage. Grow aware of God's presence by staying in His Word and praying regularly. As you read the Scriptures, pause to say, Lord, reveal where you are today in this verse. Help me sense your nearness. In daily life, invite Him to guide your steps, quiet your heart, and use you as His vessel of grace in this world. The presence of God is a lived reality that meets us wherever we are. He is near to the brokenhearted, near to the faithful, near to the seeker. If you feel distant today, remember, He is near, and a simple "Help me, Lord" can open the door to His presence. Thank you for joining this reflection on God's presence. If you found it meaningful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use this encouragement. May you sense His nearness today and always. God bless.